Hey everyone, welcome to a TF Reviewers panel. We're talking about UK prices and Canadian, I guess, international talk with Canadians and UK folk. So thank you for joining us. I'm getting echoes, right? Yeah, I'm Danny Dolphin on YouTube. It's spelled here, and OMG Danny Dolphin on Instagram. And yeah, we'll be going over. We'll maybe get into some news topics later, and yeah, all that good stuff. You can also find TF Reviewers on Facebook, Instagram TF Reviewers, Twitter TF Reviewers, and of course on this YouTube channel. Links should be down below now or later if Anthony's doing his job. And yeah, we'll get into a whole bunch of stuff about some class prices, product availability, website shipping, and some amusing stories and some news if we get to it. So yeah, we'll go around this way. TF fan page 101, introduce yourself, my friend. Come on, Brian. I know you have some.
Hi!
Where can the people find you if they don't already know?
My address is no. T-Fan Page 101, YouTube channel. The name's right there. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram now. I regret Reddit now, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Okay,
Seekers! Attack!
I like how they're all displayed. Got my Seekers back there. Where can the people?
9 of them, but I can't get the giant glass one.
I can't wait till I get that Seeker from Input. Oh yeah, I also meant to mention that you can find me on Tales of Teletrend later today at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Input's channel. That's N-Put Reviews and Stop Motion. So come hang out with some Transformers geeks. Ugly Wretch, where the heck can they find you?
Strike noise. See, this is why I do it at midnight. I'm on YouTube. The name's where am I? That one.
Yeah.
Instagram. There's a Facebook page, but no one really cares about that. But yeah, I'm around.
Yeah, my name is in the bottom as well, right here. And if you type that into Instagram with an underscore between the two words, you can find my Instagram account. It's just Instagram and YouTube for me. That's all. Yeah, so that's Ultramarcus. That's me.
I don't like the way he was doing this.
Did I have it wrong? Right.
A little disturbing.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. As Anthony said, this will be an hour and a half of us complaining our little complainers off. Yeah, this is about 90 minutes, an hour and a half. We'll get into the class prices and for Canadians and just the price increases for Canadians and UK folk. Yeah, I think Ultramarcus and they said got bought, or maybe Brian confirmed these prices. So cores for Canadians went from $14.99 to $15.99. In the UK, it went from $9.99 to $10.99. Deluxes went from $32.99 in Canada to $33.99, and in UK $16.99 up to $17.99. Voyagers in Canada went from $39.99 to $44.99, and in the UK it went from $24.99 to $29.99, a great price. Leaders in Canada went from $69.99 to $72.99. In the UK, $46.99 to $49.99. And then Titans from $24.99 in Canada to $274.99 in Canada, and the UK went from $139 to $164.99, $25 increase. Yeah, it looks like prices are inflating and will be increasing a lot. So yeah, what do you guys?
Can we borrow your prices? Because your new prices were pretty much our old prices like 3 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah,
no.
Starting with Brian, what do you think of the class prices with all the up? Yeah.
So I heard that they were increasing them anyways, which it's like stupid to me because you've already increased them a bunch of times in the past 3 years now. Starting off with Studio Series, like yeah, you would see the rise in price, but it wasn't this bad. Like $30 for a deluxe. Beforehand, it was $20, starting with the Studio Series, and then it went off to everything else. But I heard that they were increasing them again. And it's kind of funny how they increased it. So it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. I mean, the Voyagers, yeah, kind of didn't like that. But, I mean, $1 more for the core class, $1 more for deluxe. wasn't really surprised. Technically $3 more because it was like $29.99, then went up to $32.99 without anyone really saying much. I didn't really hear anyone complain for some reason, but it's funny too because the prices out here are kind of all over the place right now. It seems like they didn't really issue that right away because on Amazon we had the Kingdom Wave 2 figures for $32.99, and I pretty much pre-ordered the new ones that I mainly wanted. But I went to Walmart on May 1st, and they were putting out the deluxes on the shelves, and they were still $29.99. And in some places, it's still kind of crazy. And it seems like we're going to have an increase again, because if you look on Toys R Us, they have the Selects Ramjet, the G2 color scheme, for $50 for some reason.
What? Really?
Yeah, it increased to it, which is weird too, because it was $45 on that site as well. But for some reason now you have to get it for $50, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But I hate it. I really do. Not just because it's another price increase, but it's a price increase on top of so many price increases that we've already been getting. You know, and it shouldn't have been that high right away. $20 to $30 now, $30 to $40. Like, I mean, is that not like a huge leap? Like, if it was slowly inclining to that, I would still hate it, but I'd understand. But that's $10 more. That's a third of the price of the deluxe that just went up. So.
Yeah, and if the toys were getting a bit bigger and better as the price went up, I wouldn't hate it as much. But they're getting smaller and smaller. So
that's kind of why I felt like they could get away with it. Because I bought the Siege Hound thinking, oh, it's just going to be a deluxe that I paid Voyager price for, and it sucks. But I was wildly surprised by the quality and everything. I mean, it's miles better than most of anything that came from Prime Wars. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make one little thing before we move on. Sorry, Sir Marcus. It's just Optimus Wilbur and Cardboard Bots. They had some stuff come up, so they couldn't join us right now, but they might join us. So, you know, that'd be awesome. But I just wanted to mention them because they were supposed to be here in this discussion as well. I just forgot. But yeah, we wish they were here, but hope they feel better and get their stuff figured out. But yeah,
oh my God, here he is! It's Cardboard Bots.
Time to dance. But yeah, did I cut you off though, Marcus? Were you going to say something? Sorry.
I was just going to say, actually, in response to what Brian was just saying, that my first War for Cybertron figure was also Hound, and I feel like not every deluxe after that has necessarily matched up to him. Some do, surely, but as far as the price increases go, I mean, okay, for core and deluxe over here, it's only £1. I mean, it's not too big a deal. You know, you can still get 2 deluxes and have a bit of change from 40 quid. But then when you get up to Voyager, you're almost putting an extra £5. Sorry, get this right. You're almost putting an extra £5 on it, and you're like, man, you know, 2 Voyagers. If I saw 2 Voyagers now, that's going to cost me over £50. So I'm inclined to not pick up 2 Voyagers now if I see 2 that I want. Well, what have we got for leader? We've gone from $5. We've gone from essentially 45 up to 50. You know, it was always nice to look at a leader class, to look at that Prime, to look at that double dealer. He was leader, right?
Yeah.
It was good to look at him and go, oh, wow, look at that. I can get a Starbucks after I buy this, and I've barely spent 50 quid. Not anymore. Starbucks would probably be going up next as well. But
Hasbro's competing with Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I'm buying both like a maniac. So
me too. The Starbucks is right next to the toy store over here, the main sort of one toy superstore that we've got.
All the employees get dirty stares.
So it does seem like, you know, when I go out to buy a Transformer, I kind of want to buy more than one. I mean, I'm a big boy. I get paid. I'm not earning a fortune, but, you know, I'm not a kid anymore. If I see 2 Transformers, I want to buy them. But now I'm thinking about that a little bit differently. With once we get past the deluxe class, I'm thinking about that a little bit differently. Like, I'm going to be going out to get my Rodimus on the 1st of July. At least I'll be going out to see if it's there. It should be. But I kind of want to pick up a Trax as well if I see him. But well, lucky for Hasbro, it's payday, so I will have the money. But that would have been an easier experience a couple of waves ago. But now it's going to cost the best part of almost 75 quid or something. That's £750 Maths genius. So yeah, once you get past deluxe, it is going to personally for me start thinking about the buying habits. What can I reasonably walk away with here and still go home and look the other half in the eye. Oh, actually, he goes with me, and he loves looking at the Transformers as well. He's slowly getting into them, slowly picking up heck yeah, slowly picking up the names. He's got his favorite. It's Shockwave, which is excellent because that's my favorite. So yeah, that's
Brian's too.
Yeah. It is, isn't it, Brian? Is that your favorite? Yeah. Shockwave. So Shockwave. So for me personally, yeah. So for core and deluxe, I can take £1. I can take the increase there, but I'm just going to have to think that little bit harder about, leader, Voyager, commander. How often do you see it?
It's like the big picture of the.
Exactly. You got a budget for the month in this hobby, and these increases may affect the decisions. I think. Yeah. That's my hot take.
Yeah, Ugly Rich, what's your thoughts, especially being on that side of the world of the flat Earth or whatever?
Oh, don't go there.
Just over the edge of the disc, we're just hanging out.
That's why it's called the golden disc, not the golden.
Oh. End the stream there. It's not going to get better.
Anthony's already I can tell he's getting. No, don't derail it. But yeah, Ugly Rich, what do you think about this on your side?
I agree with Marcus with a lot of the prices, but then you get the big jump between the deluxes and the voids. It's I haven't got him because I haven't seen anywhere because we don't have a Smith's near me, anywhere near me. So you can feel my pain. No. Closest one's 2 hours travel or something cheap like that. It's not cheap. It's not close.
Oh my God! I saw a tiny cat on your shoulder. It's gone now. Is it Ravage? I saw Ravage.
Close enough.
Ravage.
Wait a minute. Analyzing.
Because the Voyager differences, you look at the Rodimus, the Hot Rod that came out, the Studio Series 86, and that was basically a deluxe with some accessories. You're trying to tell me I've got to pay £5 or something extra for the accessories I don't really want? They don't seem to be padding out the Voyagers to make it worth the price increase.
Agreed. My Rodimus extras went straight in the little baggie full of bits. Yeah.
I thought that Hot Rod, I even pointed out in the review that it was this just feels like a deluxe. It looks like a deluxe. It's shaped like a deluxe. The proportions don't even look like a Voyager. And then someone said, well, actually, it's the engineering and stuff like that. And it's you could tell me all the specifics about the accessories or engineering or whatnot. Engineering doesn't even feel like deluxe. But it looks and feels like a deluxe. Why am I paying Voyager price?
It's a stunning deluxe with funny shoulders. But it's agree with Gotbot. Hashtag not a Voyager.
Yeah, Godbot said it the best. And the thing is, me, I'm taking the accessories and I'm throwing them in the trash. I'll get my Rodimus Prime or Rodimus or whatever, and I'll just I'll look at the trailer for a moment and then I'm throwing it in the closet. I could care less. I'm not displaying that. So
where's my fishing pole?
Of course. Why didn't Hot Rod come with a fishing pole? The Masterpiece one does, right?
Yeah,
I think
one of them did. Yeah.
I got the Masterpiece for £24 a KO off eBay, so I'm good.
Yeah, you go the KO route a lot. I remember you mentioning that before. So,
in terms of Masterpieces, I kind of gave up. I know it's not the main subject, but I did get a Masterpiece Trax, again, £25, just to sort of see if it was, good, see if it was fine. And it was fine. It was a good enough figure. And since I mentioned it to some friends, it even has rubber tires, right? Apparently
I think so.
I think it does. Since I sort of mentioned that to a few friends, they've all said, "Oh yeah, we go for the KOs as well when it comes to Masterpiece." I mean, they're just not increasing with quality. Is that a different cat, Brian? Analyze that one. Is that a different? It is a different pussy. No. How many cats do you have there?
None.
What were we talking about?
Tell us, you are on the spot. How many cats do you have?
More than Transformers, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah,
strange
yeah.
picnic
So
question.
yeah, we'll move on. But yeah, if anyone has to say much more about the increase, the only thing I can say, if it's under $100, I'm happy.
Yeah, so, well, you know, wait. Just you wait, Danny. It won't be long before you'll be paying $100 for a Voyager.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So till then,
It'll come with one more accessory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing that always gets me when I listen to Brian or you, Danny, or Gotbot talk about the prices, you always say, you know, oh, that's $25 US. But then there's always so much. It always seems more expensive for you guys, even when you take the exchange rate into account. Like you've got like the shipping or something, or is it just? Do these things just cost more from a starting point?
Anything from Hasbro Pulse on that, it's like an extra $40. Like you're basically minimum always paying $40 or $25 shipping. And that kind of brings us into our next topic. You know, with the product availability or I guess not really, but I think we're gonna
import fees.
Yeah.
Stop
import
screaming
fees,
at me.
I guess it's kind of in the same world. So, yeah. What do you think, Brian, on like store availability, delays?
I have not pre-ordered stuff as much in previous years compared to this year because I want to make sure that I get the damn thing. And even when I pre-order stuff, it's kind of questionable because my Ramjet Dirge 2-pack never came in. Dinobot, Huffer, and Air Razor were super delayed. But I managed to get those at least, so I shouldn't complain too much about them. But when shipping from other places, like those are Amazon listings. When shipping from other places, I haven't really had too many problems with. Right now is the first time I'm actually pre-ordering from Walmart, so I'm going to see how that is. I pre-ordered the Scorponok and Trax. But usually I try to get the free shipping on stuff. Because, I mean, already the price is high on these things, and do I really want to pay another $10, $17, $20 on, you know, getting it here? Yeah, and I'm also a person that's more like, if I can find it in the store, I'll be satisfied with that, even if I have to wait another month for it to get into the store. But stores haven't really been reliable in the past while now. I mean, my Toys R Us should have had the Clones 2-pack and the Secret 2-pack from Earthrise, Runabout, and Thrust. Never did. In fact, there wasn't much in Toys R Us. Huge disappointment. But the big thing for me is Pulse. And I know I've talked about this constantly, but I just... The reason why I'm talking about it is because I just don't see how it's fair, and it's a problem in Canada. So, for those who don't know what goes on in Canada, Hasbro Pulse does have them available to ship in Canada. So I decided to try that out and see if I can order Blur or something. I made an account and did everything. And a couple of other things to see if I could get the free shipping. And even on the corner of the website, it says, you are eligible for free shipping, or you get free shipping. It doesn't even say eligible. It just says you get free shipping. But then I put my information and it realizes, oh, I'm in Canada. And then it bumps up the price. So what's something that I think it showed $35 online is like I get the import fees or whatever, or the exchange rate, but it turned to $70. Do I really want to pay $70 for a Shattered Glass Blur? No, I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that. We have EB Games that has a lot of the Hasbro Pulse exclusives and selects figures and whatnot, but they don't put in everything. That's what some people don't realize, is that we don't actually get everything on EB Games. And even some pre-orders just say sold out and then they never put anything. Like Black Zarek. I know it's still too early to say, but that thing has never been, from what I saw, on pre-order. But yeah, with Pulse, it's just not really fair. Like, Canada should have something more reliable than that, because here's the thing. I know I'm kind of mixing or just rambling at this point, but on Pulse, you get different shipping methods, and one of them is the free shipping for the U.S. Canada, we only have FedEx, and that's the only shipping method we got on there. So we need something better for Canada, because if they're going to, like, I wouldn't mind so much if they just stop putting things that are only on Hasbro Pulse, and that's it. The Shattered Glass lineup, I would collect the whole thing, but I don't want to pay twice as much for the Deluxe or a Voyager, you know? I want that Starscream, the Shattered Glass one, because I've got every other repaint of the mold. I've got all of them, except for that Shattered Glass Starscream. Don't even know if I can get it. So I'm just really pissed, because the reason why I'm talking about this, the reason why I keep bringing it up, it's a big problem. So,
I mean, it's almost like, I mean, Canada is sort of attached at the hip to like the world's most sophisticated economy. You think there wouldn't be any difference between? You think Hasbro could just count you guys as one market? I mean, aren't you one market? The North America, you, Canada, and Mexico, the NAFTA.
That's why you
been
bring that up.
Now.
They brought up the shipping from Canada to the U.S. even more now.
Yeah, and you could get all those Shattered Glass Ultra Markets. You could get all that shipped, like, you know, combined in one or whatever, and then you could still get nailed with the like a import charge when you're at the post office, an extra $70 to $100.
When my Shockwave came in, they refused to give it to me unless I paid $40.
Yeah,
I paid for the shipping and everything. So why am I having to pay $40 more just to have
another ding? What would you think would be a reasonable markup, Brian, though? If for, like, you know, if you can't get it at retail, like, would you go a little higher, or like what?
Yeah, if I can't get it at retail, well, it kind of depends. Like a Deluxe, I could probably pay, I don't know, a couple bucks more for that. And I'm going by the $33, so $35, maybe $40, depending on if it's worth it. I know that when Groove came out, I bought it for $30, which the regular price was about $20 or less than $20. But I didn't regret paying that, so it depends on the figure too. I can see myself doing a bit of a markup, but again, because I usually buy, or I miss buying from the store and just having the physical thing right there and just taking it home. Because I'm a person that can wait, but Hasbro's been putting in so many figures and so many different waves that just shoot out. And sometimes they don't even get into the store, or they're there for like a week and I don't have the money, and now I have the money and it's all sold out and they never put in any more. Like what happened with my Studio Series Sideswipe. Hasbro just delivered that to me because they had to replace some other figure. But before that, for like a year, I tried to get that thing and I couldn't. But it was in the store for like a week and that was it. But yeah, I guess it just depends.
Yeah. What about you for Ugly Wretch, for shipping cost, delivery time? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
On the rare occasions when you can actually buy something in the UK, depends on how much you want to put into it. For, like, if you pay over a certain much, they usually do free postage, and as long as it's inside the country, like a UK based one, it's usually not that bad, and it's usually quite quick. But if you try and get something from America, especially if you pre-order something, I've had things that I've pre-ordered in the past. Like I pre-ordered Spinster and Crosshairs when they were first announced. I pre-ordered those because I really wanted them. And Crosshairs came in, and then they made me wait like 3-4 months for Spinster to come in because they wouldn't post them separately. I offered to pay the difference. They're like, nope, got to send them together. And it was like, okay, well, what's going on? Oh, stop complaining. We're spending extra money trying to import this for you. It's like, well, it's not my fault you pre-ordered something you didn't have enough of. They tried to make like they're doing me a good deal. So I try not to get stuff like that now. But to be honest with you, I'd love to just be able to walk into a shop and buy them. Like,
That's not. Yeah, that's.
Marcus, you might get this. The closest shop to me where I could just walk in and buy a Transformer is an Asda.
Okay, that's the equivalent of Walmart for our friends over there. Only they don't sell toys in our supermarkets. They don't really sell toys at all because we've got toy retail stores like Smith's, like The Entertainer.
Yeah.
So an Asda is a fail for trying to get a hold of it. I've never seen a Transformer in Asda.
I've seen them in the past, but not recently.
No. So, Ugly Arch, if you can't find it like decently, in the wild and all that, what do you think is a reasonable markup for some of it? Do you even think
I usually wait till they go into clearance, to be honest with you. So, then after that, if you really, really want something, you got to try and track it down on eBay, and then you are paying like scalper prices, and that's. But to answer Bill, no, I haven't had anything yet. I've had no package yet. I'm hoping it actually gets here this time. He's had trouble posting me something. So, sorry, Bill, I haven't had it yet. If I do, I'll unbox it, but I haven't had it.
Yeah, Ultra Marcus, what are you thinking about? The shipping costs, deliveries, time, markups?
Availability.
Availability.
Well, we're starting with availability. I do have one of these big Smith's toy superstores by me, and they are pretty good. It seems to be where the I hear Walmart exclusive, I hear Target exclusive. I don't know who's exclusive to which one of those stores, but the Netflix stuff, that's exclusive over there for you guys, isn't it? We get that in the Smiths, so I've been able to get.
Yeah, it's only in Walmart here. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, the Netflix stuff does land here for me in my store. There is stuff that I don't ever see, but it might be because I'm late to the party, late to going to the store.
Yeah, if something's coming out, would you go every day for a month or no?
Well, I haven't in the past, although Rodimus and Trax are due to land on, as I said, July 1st. I happen to be off work on that day, so I am going to go there at 8 in the morning when they open to try and get them. So we've also got a couple of online retailers over here. I'm quite friendly with the guy who runs a place called Robo Recruits, and he's been very kind to me. He's going to hold the Black Zarok for me, even if I can't fork up the money, but I will. I can see it coming. It's months away. I will have the money, but so it helps to have some contacts like that. And apart from that, in terms of availability, what you can't see in the store, and again, Brian's got a good point. Some of these things are on the shelf for so little time, and it feels like it is raining Transformers sometimes. I mean, I love it in a sense, but I haven't always got the money. In the third week of the month or the fourth week of the month. And these things are showing up on the shelves and I'm like, oh, crikey, I'll have to come back next week for that. And you come back next week and it's gone. And that's the only, they're not restocking it, So that sends you to eBay, where through my G1 collecting over the years, I've become quite patient. I can sit and search. I consider it enjoyable sitting and searching for a few hours on eBay, and you can get lucky, and you can find. Again, drifting into markup here, I will pay on eBay a couple of extra bucks for a figure. I said bucks, I mean pounds. Yeah. I will pay a little bit because sure, the seller, as long as they're not being cheeky or ridiculous, I understand that the seller wants to make a couple of pound, and there might be a bit of postage involved. So for a deluxe, I might go up to 25. Heck, I might even go up to 30 if I finally see a Spinister. Still trying to find a Spinister, but I know when a scalper's trying to get me, So it's rare that I'll just roll my eyes and go, okay, I'll have it. In fact, hardly ever. But yeah, so availability. My local store is pretty good. I've got a smaller retailer that I'm friendly with, and there's always the eBay search that, as I say, you've got to be smart, you've got to be patient. But yeah, there's still a couple of things that I'm having trouble finding. I've had, in terms of pre-orders, I don't do many pre-orders, but the other half pre-ordered me a Scourge, which was supposed to be here for my birthday on the 6th. That hasn't shown up. We're assured it will be here in June, but what is it now, the 26th? I don't think it's going to be here in June, but we are assured it will be here. And the other thing I've pre-ordered is the Conehead Gen Selects, the it's not Desert Storm, is it? It's Sandstorm and G2 Ramjet. I've got those pretty little guys on pre-order. And again, they were supposed to be June, but again, I'm assured that they will be here if a little late. So those three are the first things I ever pre-ordered: Scourge, Sandstorm, and G2 Ramjet, and they, still waiting. So my preference is not to pre-order, is to just have faith that I will find it in the store, or that I will get my bot. So that's me. After listening to Ugly or Wretch, damn, I feel like I want to abbreviate your name, but I can't abbreviate it to either of those because they're just hideous things to call you. So I'll just call you Ugly Wretch.
That one's usually quite fine.
I know. I just said the whole name usually because Ugly.
Ugly Wretch. Yeah.
So
I like making people uncomfortable. It's fine. Don't worry.
I'll just call him Triple W.
Yeah. I feel lucky compared to you. I don't know where in the UK I'm not gonna dox you by asking you to state.
Without going too much into it, North Wales.
Oh,
I
South
just realized
Wales.
Triple W is
I thought from the accent.
Oh, really? But okay.
I think I should be all right.
So where's your nearest Smiths then? That would be over the border in England, is it?
Somewhere in the Wirral, or apparently there's one up in Conway, but
Still quite a far to go. Well, I'm about getting a bit local here, sorry, but I'm about 7 miles outside of Swansea, which is Wales's second city. So I've got access to some pretty good shops. So I could always go into the capital if I wanted to find
London,
something.
Yeah.
Not that capital, not London. Cardiff.
London.
I completely forgot. I also rely on a toy fair, a local toy fair out here that they got
cool.
ages 3 and up who has a booth, and sometimes they'll sell some of the stuff that you can only find online, or older figures. And then you walk around, you'll see just sellers, and that's usually where I would get. They haven't done one in a while because of everything going on in the world, but that's where I would normally get some of the exclusives and whatnot. I actually got like Masterpiece Soundwave for a good deal. The TFCC Punch Counter Punch I got, and this was before I would buy online. So,
yeah, it's a great show, that Victoria show. I'd love to come tear it up there sometime when the world opens up.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but for me, I find it's like if for the mainline stuff, if it's available, like Kingdom Waves or whatever, if I go every day for a month to every Walmart, maybe twice a day, I'll find everything eventually. But like I said, I got to go every day for a month, like maybe twice a day to both Walmarts, or one Walmart at least, but check both Walmarts. So
I was going to ask. I keep hearing this word Walmart in plural, like there's more than one. Like when our mate Input goes to, he says, "Oh man, I'm hitting up all the Walmarts. There's 97 of them in the downtown Austin area."
Yeah,
there are.
What?
There's one there. There's one not far. That's like 10, 15 minutes away from here. There's probably another one just a little bit further down.
And they all could have different things, I suppose. They've got to share the stock, I suppose.
Kind of. One truck, one of my Walmarts is in one district and the other's in another, so they actually get separate trucks in different times. So it's really good because one place will get it and then the other place. And then I also have a local Toys R Us because they still have those in Canada. So I'm able to go to the Toys R Us.
I miss Toys
Even
R Us.
though their stock is way behind, like Godbot was saying in other streams, like way behind, at least like it'll show up. And by that time you can get some on clearance or doubles or whatever you want. So
out of all the Transformers I saw at Toys R Us, there were like 3 Earthrise figures and then like 3 Studio Series figures.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened with Toys R Us, but
yeah, we'll go around. Brian, what I'll read you the questions and then let you know what. Okay, favorite websites and physical locations for toy hunting. What's some ideal shipping costs online? And then do you prefer local or web kind of toy hunting? Like, do you want to be out there in the wild, or do you want to be buying online?
I'd rather find everything right there in the physical store because it's always exciting to just like find that kind of stuff. When something's shipped, you kind of have anxiety of is it going to come here? Is it not? Because something might happen. It's in the hands of other people that I don't know. So,
what is your favorite store then? Is it the Walmart? What do you like to go to?
Well, we've got a Walmart out here, and that's mostly the closest thing. I just go when it's convenient for other people as well. So I don't really head up Toys R Us too often. In fact, earlier this year was the first time in like maybe 5 years that I went to a Toys R Us. So Walmart, we've got a superstore out here that sometimes would put stuff, and it's kind of random. It's kind of weird how they do stuff. And we've got Winners that will sometimes put in stuff, but we haven't really caught on anything that's really good. Like, you know, if it's a Siege figure, it's something from like 4 waves behind. So, which is funny too, because Winners would actually put out the new stuff before anyone else. Like, if Toys R Us and Walmart doesn't get, like, especially when Prime was around, when they didn't have any of the waves that were coming out, like Knockout or whatever, I'd find them at Winners. Especially Robots in Disguise, because no other store had the little mini cons except for Winners.
You know what had Siege in Canada was Canadian Tire. Did you see any of that, or do you have a Canadian Tire near you?
We've got a Canadian Tire. I don't remember seeing too many Siege figures, but I do remember some Halo stuff. I also collect the Breakout Beasts, and they were at Canadian Tire. They'd had the whole waves.
Cool.
But as far as online stores, EB Games, because they'll have the exclusives. When Hasbro Pulse is nice, which is hardly any time. Amazon, we've been shopping a little more often there. And Toys R Us and Walmart online, if they got anything, we'll check that out. I don't do eBay, honestly. I really don't. It's not that it's bad. It's not that it's a problem. It's just, I don't know if I can really get into it. I know they got older toys and whatnot, but I'm struggling with what's coming out now that it's hard to, like, I collect Halo, Bionicle, which I mean is kind of discontinued, but I'm still trying to keep up with some of the stuff and trying to buy some of the older stuff. Transformers, I just got into Lego Speed Champions. It's kind of tricky, so you know, I don't always feel I need eBay because there's always something out there anyways. But yeah, those are the sites.
Yeah,
I don't do Big Bad Toy Store because shipping is hell.
Yeah, I do because I'm a simp, but Ugly Wretch, what are some of your favorite places, you know, online or you know,
if I want to travel anywhere, we have actually got 2, I think, entertainers near us, but Entertainer usually gets like the first wave or something, and then if that doesn't sell, maybe it'll get the last wave, and that's about it. Entertainer's really hit and miss.
It's much smaller scale than a Smith's, isn't it? Yeah, at least mine is. Yeah.
Well, we used to have Toys R Us, and that kind of killed off the Smiths in the area, and then Toys R Us disappeared, and now we've just got this vacuum. But Entertainer, I guess, fairly bad.
Do you enjoy like being in the hunt though, like in the wild, looking for it?
I'd like to, but it's been so long since I've been able to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Sometimes I will hop on the train, disappear off to Liverpool. They've got a Smith, they've got this, they've got that, they've got a couple of the comic book shops you can go around and find stuff in there. Usually more expensive, but you can find them.
Yeah.
So I can do that, but it's frankly I've got to have the money to do it because it is more expensive. But simply traveling. Online, eBay's probably the best. I have dealt with Kapow Toys and had mixed results. Sir Toys, I should probably plug them as I'm an affiliate. So everyone go to Sir Toys, say my name, there you go. I actually completed my Studio Series Devastator, and I've only got one official part of it.
Nice.
From Sir Toys.
So. Oh, wow.
And they were a lot cheaper, and the quality's pretty good, so I can't complain with that.
Yeah, I always love when Graham gets something from Sir Toys.
You can get a lot from Sir Toys, to be fair. And he usually throws in a couple of bits and pieces as well, so that's fun. But
in terms of stores, as I said, there's the Smiths is the biggest one by me. I also have an Entertainer. It's a strange name for a store. And that was the first place I ever went to for a Siege it was Siege then, a Transformer, because like I only bought G1 until I only knew about G1. I know the G1. I didn't even know what a Titan Return was or a Combiner War was until I set my channel up, and I'm like, oh wow, look at these other figures people have got. They're amazing. So I went I went.
You an expert? Who is this?
Wow.
Oh my. I don't know. You've got me. Who's that?
It's a Bionicle guy, yeah.
So I was watching like all the people review the new figures, and I thought, right, I'm going to town to see if I can get one of these because they look great. So this is where I saw my first one, Hound, in The Entertainer. And you're right, I never saw another wave there after that. But I keep going back there like an addict, going back hoping to get lucky again. And I tell you what they do store. I tell you what they do have in stock, which is very, very strange. And they refreshed this stock. Is these Power of the Primes little dudes? I'm like, when were these out? How old are these? 2018.
What are those even?
The little, I haven't got a clue. I just liked the box.
The bodies, the pretender things.
Yes, they are the little pretender things.
Oh, yeah, the mini pretenders.
So I bought 3 of them. There you go.
Yeah.
I bought 3 of them a few weeks ago, and I went back, and they'd restocked, and I thought, where are you getting this stuff from? Where's this? It's like, if they're all in the back room, stop holding out on us. Just bring them all out, okay? I'll buy them. So I bought the 2 I didn't have.
They made way too many of those Wave 1 figures. I know that because my Walmart would not stop putting them out while it's on clearance.
So yeah, Entertainer, Smiths, and I've got a local retro store called the Retro Stash, which is, as you imagine, is full of old consoles, old toys, old magazines, comics, and so you know, I'm not going to get any new stuff in there, but I do like to go there I always like to buy something when I go there to show my support, because they're always, you know, it's a small independently run place, and the guy who runs it lives across the street. So that's somewhere that me and the other half enjoy going. I got quite lucky there the other day. I got Insecticon 3-pack, the reissue, the Platinum Series reissue. Ones, right? Yeah, I thought, crikey, of all the places to see that. So so I swept that up, and going to this shop regularly has convinced me I am going to get an old CRT TV, and I'm going to get old games consoles and play them the proper way. So those are my 3 physical resources: Smith's, Entertainer, Retro Stash, and with I agree with TF fan page 101. Let's make that a meme. There's more joy in physically space. There is joy in physically going into a shop and to seeing, you know, seeing some things on the shelf and deciding what you're going to have. It's fulfilling, a thrill of the hunt, as they call it. So those are my physical shops. Online, yeah, I'm an eBay whore. Can I say whore, Anthony? Let me know in the chat.
I don't know. But yeah.
Oh, and we've got some shops over here online. I've mentioned Robo Recruits, which is my go-to one. There's also Kingdom Collectibles. That's another one. And also recently, I have started using Sir Toys. I'll say that again loudly, ugly wretch. Sir Toys. Purely because Graham, the Collector 75, he is always buying from them, and he's always pulling out free junk. Like, I didn't order this. What's this? So I thought, if I want some free junk, I better spend a bit, you know. I better get some things and hope. But so I did. I got some stuff, and I got bags full of Micromasters in return, and I actually have used one of them in my filming. I got so many of them. I hope this isn't disrespectful, but I kind of like crushed one up and burnt it a bit and snapped it in half to make it like a dead battle damage. Honestly, Brian, it's like a 25p Battlemaster KO. But it looked really good, and I put some wires dangling out of it, so I got some use out of them, out of my 3 bags full of Micromasters. But yeah, another great shop you could spend a long time on their website. Just, you know, go and too long, and I look forward to another visit when I get paid. We are in the dying days of this month. There's nothing left, folks. I haven't even got 2 brass pennies to rub together. Yeah, I got a notification on eBay saying the seller is knocking £5 off this evil wheeljack exhaust. I was like, damn it! Why couldn't that offer come through in 3 days? But yeah, so those are my online stores: eBay, Robo Recruits, and Soy Toys.
Yeah,
buy it. Tell them you're on holiday, and you'll pay it when you get back.
Of course, you do get like a few amount of days to pay, don't you? I've always felt dirty doing that. Is it dirty, or is it just
don't mess with karma?
On the bargain.
yeah, don't mess with karma versus you can't let a bargain go. Get me my phone. Get me my phone. Buy everything. Buy that Tiger Tracks that I want as well.
Yeah, we have a question here. Beastman Reviews asks, we'll go around Brian first. What originally got you into Transformers?
Audience questions. Yes, I don't need knowledge for that, just experience. Go on, Brian.
I originally hated Transformers.
I heard this before, yeah.
Go on. So what got you in?
What got me into it? Sorry, I'm messing with I got the Nemesis trailer. I was talking about the Toy Fair. That's another one that I grabbed from there.
Oh, cool.
But anyways, stay. So I was a kid that was stupid. Obviously, I was into Bionicle and some Lego, as well as Hot Wheels and various other little things, but I wasn't directly into Transformers. For some reason in my mind, everything that wasn't something that I was into was just competition, and I needed to avoid it like hell. Which was funny because I would not mind watching Transformers as far as the cartoons. Like, I grew up watching Beast Wars, but I didn't grow up watching it specifically because of anything other than, oh, it's TV and it looks like Reboot. I was into Reboot, so I was like, yay, entertainment. But yeah, I watched some of Armada, some of the Robots in Disguise. I kind of stopped watching Beast Wars when it turned to Beast Machines because they kept playing the same episode over and over again. I'm like, yeah, no more of that. But, or at least it seemed like the same episode because it was the same setting. Anyways, so one day I got into the Zoids because they were on shelves and they looked kind of cool. And I bought a couple of them, but for some reason in my mind, I always had this sense that some line is going to die out very quickly. I can picture that through multiple different lines, and I haven't really been wrong since. It's kind of weird, but like maybe a couple of times, but I don't know. But anyways, so I needed to replace it with something else in my mind. So I was looking at the Transformers, and I thought, okay, I've always known about this. How can I convince myself to get into Transformers after just like distancing myself for so long? And this is how I put it into perspective. Because I like Bionicle. It's like Bionicle, and you rebuild them, but they're all in one piece. And that was my stupid way of, you know what, that's enough, I'll convince myself. And I bought Cybertron Breakdown and Recluse. I wanted that mud flap. I wanted the big Starscream. But I started off with those two little guys, and I got really attached, and slowly but surely I got more and more Transformers. This was when I was living on the mainland as well. So
the puzzle gimmick really got you into it, hey?
It's not really the puzzle gimmick, it's just building Bionicles. Like, yay, I get to do that, but it's all one thing.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. What about you, Ugly Wretch? What got you into Transformers 1980s?
I'm starting to think I'm horribly, horribly older than all of you, because they actually came out the same year I was born. So I literally grew up with them. If you guys are saying I grew up with Beast Wars, I'm like, oh god, how old am I?
I haven't had my
was
chat.
born when-
I haven't gone yet. You're going to feel younger when I start, so carry on.
You know what's funny about that? I was born 10 days and 10 years apart from when G1 started.
Wow.
Ooh.
Cool.
My neighbor's kids are making a racket. I'm just going to shut the window.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something totally different.
I was born when Beast Wars started, though.
Wow, Brian. Make everyone feel old.
What's that? Yeah, what's that?
What's that noise? Was that?
There's a loud beeping.
It's not. Is it?
Must kill Hitler.
I'm fiddling with things at my end. I don't think it's going to unplug my microphone. See if it's me.
Yeah. Maybe.
I could still hear it then when I unplugged the mic. Am I back?
Yeah.
It's there in the background.
Weird. Is it me? Is it
Turn my microphone
I
off.
could change mics, maybe?
Danny, I think your
It's
mic
gone.
switched to a different mic.
No, back now.
Is it better?
Yeah.
There, I don't hear it.
Better now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. That's what happened, Brian. Mine switched to
I
another.
hate when that happens.
I've never had that happen. Thanks for pointing that out, though. I figured that out. Thank you. Oh, I
I
feel so
blame-
bad. I hurt the show.
I blame Anthony.
Yep.
Anthony switching my voice box. But Ugly Wretch, go on. Sorry to cut you off there.
You're doing
sorry.
a terrible job. I'll take your voice. Like Bumblebee.
Someone already did. Yeah.
I just grew up with them. I've got a brother who's like 9 years older than me, and he had like a couple, and I've just always had them. Like always, there was the worrying bit after the cartoons ended and the G2s drifted apart, and then there's like this wasteland in between where I was like, oh, I guess I better grow up and be like a normal person. And then Beast Wars happened. I was like, yay! And I was never normal again. So that was good.
You know what's funny is that I remember how I started with every series that I got into. Transformers, even before I actually got into the toys. Bionicle, because I saw a commercial and I was like, hey, cool robot, I want that. Halo, the Mega Constructs line. The one line that I don't remember how I got into was Hot Wheels. I have no clue. It's a mystery to me.
Ultra Marcus, how'd you get into Transformers?
Well, I was born in 1981. So that's some easy maths for you to do. That was 40 years ago. I was 40 this year. So I grew up with them. I don't remember them until maybe the movie year, 86, because I would have been like 4 when they came out. So that's just too early. But it was just something all the kids were playing with, and the comic was on the stands, and the show was on the telly. It was just, if you weren't into Transformers, then there was, then what's wrong with you, So I stuck with them and the toys a bit longer than I thought than I should have. I can remember, thinking, oh, I should be letting these go now. I should be just, playing the Super Nintendo, and that should be my entertainment. So I packed them all away. But
by that point, I got into Transformers.
That's when you're getting into Transformers, just as I was checking out. So they were just a part of the mainstream pop culture when I was the right age, I guess. So I got into them that way, and it never left my mind. Even I would still whistle or hum the theme tune for Transformers, age 21, 22, 23, walking around town or just sitting doing my job, and I'd be like, that's the Transformers theme I think I just hummed there. So they were always, it was always in my in the background. And then when I think might have been the 20th anniversary of Transformers, when MP1 came out, and when IDW and when Dreamwave first started doing the comics, I drifted back into it then with that. I think that would have been 2004, 2005, something like that. So yeah, I spent about, I guess, 10, 12 years away from them, from being an early teenager to a young man. And so when I drifted back into them, it was all G1. That was because I had not kept up with the Beast Wars. I hadn't kept up with anything else. So I just thought to myself, from reading the comics, the new Dreamwave and IDW comics, I thought to myself, I wonder if someone in the world somewhere is selling a Transformer on eBay. Turned out to be quite a popular pastime, selling Transformers on eBay. So I got back into them in my mid 20s and buying up G1s. Did that for about 15 years and then set up the channel and realized that there was more than G1.
Yeah. I mean, for me, at one point, how I got into it as a kid was just like seeing the show. I was born in '86, so the show was on, and I got my first Robot Man in my hand and fell in love and knew there was something off. But I love the show. And then I saw the 1986 movie, and then there was a time, like you said, in my life where I wasn't stable. I wasn't into toys anymore. I thought it was cool. I was 20 years old and all that. I had a few, like in that early generations 2006 line, like you're saying, got a few new guys in my robots and I was loving them. And then I just collected. I started to get hardcore in 2010 into G1 again, and I just thought they were better. I already knew, like, the opposite thing about me for you, Marcus, is like, I knew about the new ones, but for some reason I like the G1 more. And then I kind of got back into Generations. But yeah, ever since been so addicted. And then finding all you guys online just made the addiction worse, but I love it.
Yeah. Funny enough, you talking about all the kids at the playground playing with those things reminds me of, this is really telling them my age, all the kids playing Beyblades, because that was a big thing. And all the kids would bring out their Beyblades. It didn't matter if it was a knockoff or not, if it was an official one. But the funny part is that they wouldn't really do nothing but spin because nobody had a dome. So they would just spin in place on the gravel.
Oh, that's not even the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are playing Pogs when I was a kid. So.
Yeah, Pogs. I remember Pogs. Look at that cat. It's so happy in his hands. I say it. I don't want to misgender it.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
By the way, I had to get this because my first Optimus Prime in the main line was the original.
Wow. Yeah, and like Brian said, because I was born in '86, Beast Wars came out, 85, 80, or 95, 96. So like I was 10, 11 at that time, so I was a huge Beast Wars fan. And I love Beast Wars. I thought it was lame that they turned into robots that had like legs hanging off of them, of course, at the time. But as I fell in love with the show, I like the toys more too. But
by the way, her name is Tig. I can call her by making a noise. And I've trained her to flop on her side just by going like this.
All right. What about amusing stories about obtaining any products, Brian? Any silly stories?
Of obtaining products. Come on. If you're gonna be on the floor, you can't be in here. Come on. I don't trust you on the shelf.
She's meowing like crazy over
there.
Oh yeah, she's been very vocal recently for some reason. There you go. There. Okay.
Sure,
some stories about buying Transformers. I would have to look on my shelf. Let's see if.
Yeah, any amusing stories about obtaining any of those little robots you have?
I don't really have silly stories about them. I have a funny story about a Bionicle. If that's okay, because
I want to hear the funny story about the Bionicle acquisition.
Okay. So this frustrated me to no end because it took like 15 years for this to happen. So I was into Bionicle as they were releasing. There was no point where I stopped or I wasn't like midway into Bionicle. No, I started from beginning to when they stopped, and I mean, obviously I am now because you can't really see the shelf, but there's tons of Bionicles here. But then this one pissed me off because when 2004 came out, I actually received most of the line. Like as a kid, it would be hard to get pretty much everything, but for 2004's series, I actually have quite a lot. In fact, I think I'm missing one now. But anyways, so this little ass was the most annoying one. Because...
Now, let's see it again, Brian. Full screen. Let's see him again. Let's see this little...
There we go. Akmo is his name.
Akmo, he's so cute. I'd like to kiss that man.
Yeah, he betrayed everyone, but, he's adorable. But he bothered me because... And he betrayed me, too. Because... I've wanted him for years, and I would always get, like, the little parts to him. And at some point, I just... Like, I had most of them, and I was like, just that one part, the one piece of his head. When I went to Cherry Bomb Toys, which is a local, well, not really local, it's like half-hour drive, but when I went to Cherry Bomb Toys, they had him, but I didn't buy him for some reason, and I regretted it, and I was like, next time I go there, I'm going to buy him. He was gone, so I had to rely on getting the parts from other people, and at one point, I'm like, do I have most of him? I searched through my bins and whatnot, and I searched, and I was like, no, I don't. I don't have everything. And then the next time, I was like, I'm going to try again. And I had everything on him. And it took 15 years for that to happen. But, actually, you know what? I don't think that's the most annoying one. I think the most annoying one is the little blue gal in the back there, who I'm not going to grab because I don't want to knock over everything, is Golly, because when I got her, she was one of the early ones. She was in the first wave of Bionicle. She didn't come with the hook piece for some reason. And it's supposed to, but it was just missing in the canister. So I tried to look for that part. I looked through parts holes. Cherry Bomb Toys had a big box of like old Bionicle pieces, old ones. Should have had that. Never did. And 17 years later, I managed to find the hook.
Jesus.
And then I have like 6 spares of the hooks suddenly. It's just out of nowhere. Every place had the hook. And I just get hauls of hooks. I probably have 10 of them.
More hooks in you than Swayze.
It's like
waiting all day for a bus and then 3 turn up at the same time.
But it's just annoying because like you are so close and then like it takes 15 years for that to happen.
Yeah, that's insane. Ugly Wretch, what about you? Any?
The only really good one I've got is this is a few years ago. Well, it must be a few years ago for the line that was coming out. I was doing my weekly shop in my local Asda, wouldn't you believe? And I'm walking around and went, I'll check the toy aisle. They never have anything, but I'll check. They had all 4 limbs for Bruticus. All 4 limbs. I'd never seen them on sale in the UK before. I didn't know they were out, but they had all 4 limbs.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, I need his onslaught. I'll have Brute. Ooh, I know he's in the Insane, but I've never seen these 4. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting paid weekly at this point. Okay. If I don't go crazy and I don't do anything for the rest of the week, I can get 2 limbs. Okay. So I picked out, I think it was like Vortex and Brawl. Okay. I went around, started doing my shopping. I'm thinking, if I don't buy any of the fancy stuff, I might be able to get another one. So I put a couple of things down. I walked around and I got the third, I would say, Swindle, for argument's sake. And then eventually I was walking around and I was looking at my basket and I'm like, if I just get like bread and milk. So I went like all 4 of them. I was just like, yeah.
A whole week on like beans on toast and tea.
Worth it.
Of course it was.
Blast off with the exclusive whatever blast off, but still, it was worth it at the time.
Transformers before food any day.
Heck yeah.
Hey, if you see them, you go buy.
What about you, Marcus? What's your story?
Well, amusing story. I don't know. to do with buying a Transformer. I'll take you all the way back to 1986 then. When it wasn't, when I didn't buy bugger all because I was just a kid, but I found this out at the family dining table a Christmas or 2 ago where we were talking about previous Christmases, and I told my parents, "Oh, the best Christmas I ever had is when the two of you got me Skylinks and Triptychon." Now they didn't know who the heck I was on about. So when I had the dinosaur Transformers, I told them that was pretty epic, and Triptychon was like, I wouldn't say he was unavailable in the UK, but he was highly exclusive. I think there were a certain amount of them here for competition winners or promotional offers or something like that. And I told my dad, I told him this. I said, that Transformer was actually super rare. And they told me that they acquired them through, shall I say suspicious means? Well, anyway, I'll explain. Mum and Dad ran a pub, a bar, and they served food, and it was a popular stop for truck drivers before going out on their, across country for their loads. And one of the truck drivers couldn't pay for his meal. So he said, "Hey, look, Christmas is coming. I've got a truck full of toys. If you've got kids, do you want to come and have a walk around my truck? You can take a couple of things for your kids, and we'll consider the tab settled." So my mother was like, "Get in there and get some Transformers if you can." So that's how I was able to have Skylinks and Triptychon for Christmas 1986. Wow. They were literally off the back of a lorry, as we say over here. And sadly, all I've got left is Sky. I've got the white part of Skylinks, and I've got the battery cover for the Triptychon, which is apparently quite sought after now, because the reissue of Triptychon, the battery cover has a screw hole on it, but this one doesn't. But I ain't selling that, because that's the only thing I've got left of my 1986 Triptychon. So that's my interesting story of Transformer collecting.
Right after I was done with the Bionicle, I figured out Transformer stories.
Go on. Go on.
So all of these are from the Toy Fair. You see this animated oil slick figure? You see how he's complete? He's got all his weapons and stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's not complete, because this is 3 oil slicks in one. So I originally bought one that was scrapped, and it was painted black for some reason on the torso, and it broke on me, and I bought that for $1. Later on, I was able to find one of the oil slick figures that was missing the arm piece right here, like the one that just connects. I should also clarify, the first oil slick that I got also had the weapons. But anyways, that one broke. Another Toy Fair, like 5-6 years later, I found an incomplete oil slick for $2, and it was just missing the arm thing. So I bought it, and I thought, okay, I'll just swap out the arm. But I didn't realize that all the spikes were shaved off of the original one, because it was going to be made into a custom. And then the next Toy Fair, or the second one afterwards, because they come like twice a year, I managed to find a parts bin with that missing arm. So I managed to complete a full oil slick after 6-7 years using 3 oil slicks for $3. So another one.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
For $30. So this guy knew I was into Transformers Prime and pulled this out of a box just randomly. And I was quite surprised by it, because it's like a rare color scheme exclusive one.
Oh.
That is a Transformers Prime Nightmare Unicron. That was a Takara exclusive. Well, I guess both of them were. But it had a matrix around its neck. That was a rare matrix that only 200 were made. And I bought it for $30. The matrix itself was $35. So I managed to get this Unicron for free with a matrix.
Wow.
And then last for these hauls. So you see Jet Viacon right here, right? This is the original one.
Mm-hmm.
You see first edition Cliff Jumper. You see first edition Viacon. You see the Arms Micron right here. You see Knockout. That's the Takara one. Takara transparent zombie Cliff Jumper. And as a throw-in, Hunt for the Decepticons Ratchet, right? I also got those with a bunch of arms microns for $30.
Wow.
For the entire lot.
Wow.
But the funny part is, two things. This cliff jumper, I actually bought one that was in package just before I bought this, and I was intending to open that. And the arms micron here, I was missing the Skywarp. The next Toy Fair, I found the Skywarp missing the arms micron.
Were you done, Marcus, with what you're saying?
Oh yeah, except that was a great Christmas. Yeah, I was done.
Okay, I just want to be sure. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to. Oh no. I just wanted to mention too. For me, the most amusing story was my family never wanted to deal with my real issues, so they're always, as soon as I was like, "Mom, I feel weird," they'd be like, "You know what? We're going to Toys R Us. We're buying you any figure you want. You can even get 8 of them." That's why, I think I'm so addicted to.
And that's how the plastic crack addiction started.
Yeah. So it's not my fault. Okay. Ninja Bill did ask though, what was that one buy you instantly regretted and never got over? I'll start with you, Rich, obviously.
Titans Return Leader Soundwave. I wanted to buy something. I went in there. I think for some reason out of desperation, I'd already bought the stripes, the one for. Blaster. I thought, okay, I'll try and find Blaster. I'll go together. It'll be great. And they didn't have Blaster. The only thing I could find, it was one of those, you had money and you wanted to spend it. You wanted to treat yourself. The only thing I could find was Soundwave. And I went, oh, okay, I'll buy it. And I bought it and I left. And even as I was leaving the shop, I'm walking around carrying the same thing. Really? And even the figure itself's not great. It's like, yeah, that one still bites. Just ouch.
Yeah, it's always sucks. What about you, Marcus?
Well, as I said, most of my collecting has been G1 up until recently, so you don't really commit unless you want it at that price. Even though, you, like I said, you try and be smart, you be patient. Some robots I covet for years before I find it at the price, a reasonable price. I don't think there's anything from the newer figures either. I think buyers, I had a case of buyer's remorse once that hit me big, but it wasn't because the figure was bad. It was because I spent so much. It was when I got my boxed Jetfire. And it wasn't pristine or anything like that. It was a damn good Jetfire. There's hardly any yellowing on it. Talking about G1 now, it wasn't a perfect box. There was a little bit of sellotape holding the flap on, but it cost quite a bit. I just had a bonus in work, an annual bonus, and we get these things quite reliably once a year, so long as we hit our targets, and we always do. But usually I'm able to spend that across a few things, or maybe bank a little bit. But I just sank it all into this G1 Jetfire. And when it arrived, I just couldn't look at it. I was like, oh man. But so it took me, and it actually stopped me collecting for a few months. I was like, oh, I need to get a grip here before I buy something even more expensive next month, before I get a Scorponok next month. So in the end, I did get a Scorponok, but I saved for it over several months. So yeah, that Jetfire hit me bad, or it hit the wallet. And even though I could afford it, like I said, I had the money, but it was my bonus and it went in one go. And yeah, it was several months before I was able to truly get that Jetfire off the shelf and enjoy it. It took me a while, but yeah, now I'm like, yeah, I got Jetfire. He's cool. But yeah, that was the closest I came to regretting. But I didn't, long term, I didn't regret it. Mm-hmm. It was just, I felt the pinch at the time. And that was a while ago now. Actually, it was around about then when I started stop motion, because I thought, what else can I do with these things to get money out of it, to get value out of them, play value, to spend more time with them? Can I do something more fulfilling than just putting them on a shelf? But don't get me wrong, just putting them on the shelf and looking at them and transforming them is great fun. But yeah, that made me think, what else can I do? So that kind of got me down that path, really. Yeah, silver lining, every cloud, silver lining.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. What about you, Brian? Any toy you regretted right instantly after buying it and never got over it, or?
There's
Shattered
been
glass
toys I
blur.
regret, but oh, sorry, wait, ugly or me?
No, it's a
No,
you. Shattered glass blur.
Your turn. Yeah. Shattered glass
okay.
blue. Was it?
Now I'm confused.
No, I thought you both spent too much. Fine, carry on. Ignore me. Trying to be fine.
Oh yeah, Ugly said, "Is it Shattered Glass Blur? Is that the one you regret buying, Brian?
Shattered
Or
glass
didn't you?
blur-
Didn't you get it in the end? I don't know. Sorry, now
No,
I'm confused.
I never got it.
Oh,
Yeah, he never
right.
pre-ordered it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Ah, right. Okay, you stepped back from the edge on that one.
yeah I want to get it, but how can I at $70? I think I'm thinking of like figures that aren't just deluxes or voyagers because I've got regrets from that, but and even then they fill in a certain spot in my collection. But I mean, those are deluxes and voyagers. You know, they're no big issue. The closest thing I could think of is Silas Breakdown, because I bought that for $70, and that was like the biggest purchase I got. Because I don't normally buy really expensive things back then. Now I'm sitting here with a Omega Supreme I didn't get on sale. But anyways, so I decided to buy that anyways because I love Transformers Prime. The mid shelf is dedicated to that, and I was just like, I really didn't like it. Or it's not that I didn't like it, but it's just it feels weird because I didn't want to mess with it too much because I don't want it breaking. That's another reason why I don't go for expensive figures or even third-party or masterpiece stuff is because do I really want to pay that much for something that might break? Like my masterpiece Soundwave broke on the chest. The clear tab that opens and closes or locks it in, yeah, that broke. Not immediately, but like a couple of months after I bought it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's another regret thing. But yeah, see, I don't know what necessarily like. My Energon Scorponok broke, but I only paid $27 for it, so it wasn't like it really hurt that much. Yeah, I'm just looking around thinking. I can't really think of anything other than Earthrise RC because she's a piece of crap.
That was good insight.
So I was just going to say I got gifted Earthrise RC, so I love her.
Lucky.
Just in case the
they're
person
on your
who
list
gifted
now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I don't believe in regret, baby.
Yeah, no regrets.
But yeah, no, I don't know. But yeah, Anthony wants us to jump into some news, or I mean, Wizard of Oz, whatever he is. Yeah, it's all right. Let me read it.
Anthony's not here. We can do whatever we want.
I know Anthony's not here. We can do whatever we want. Let's bring up Transformers X Jurassic Park.
I'm gonna eat candy until I throw up. Yeah,
that's a great idea, Danny. You're really leading this thing very well.
Wow.
Yeah, let's get into Transformers Jurassic Park collaborative
release.
Me too.
Okay, so
I feel like we need a Crimson Raptor.
I never heard of him. Who's he?
Yeah, I know. He's that guy that makes no content except maybe one stop motion video a year.
Bless him. He's great. Is he here in the chat? No.
No, he's not a real fan.
Thank you, Crimson, for the.
But yeah, I didn't hear much about this myself. Do you know about this, Brian? Or anyone?
Well, I just sneakily clicked on the link that Anthony put in the private StreamYard thing. I think because I thought, crikey, I don't know anything about this. So I clicked on the link. I watched the video. There's nothing in the video. It's a dinosaur footprint that leaves an Autobot pattern in the sand. I'm like, that tells me nothing.
I know.
So I guess it's a Beast War Jurassic Park crossover thing, right?
Yeah, it's one of those collaborative. So like Ectotron and
it is one of those. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Back to the Future card. It's one of those collaborative things. I'm kind of excited because my favorite movie growing up as a kid, despite the fact that I hate horror movies, even just a little tiny bit of horror or something scary, was Jurassic Park. So it kind of comes full circle on that.
Dinosaur horror, I'm in.
Yeah. Because I think you said it best. It's not like horror. We're like, oh god, it's horror. Where it's like,
Yeah, you'd love to see a dinosaur crunch down on something. But yeah, I mean, Ugly Wretch, any thoughts about this at all? Or do you like Jurassic Park or JP?
Jurassic Park's great. I did see it's the Kingdom Megatron, the Beast Megatron. They've done it in brown as probably the T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And there was a little Bumblebee as well, but I didn't see it too much. I think it was like I was sort of looking at that. It's like, oh, the stream's in 10 minutes. Oh, so I didn't see it too much. But yeah, they've repainted a couple of things by the looks of it. So you can get a brown Kingdom Megatron that isn't T-Rex.
Yeah, but he actually looks like a T-Rex from JP or whatever, right?
It's just the same thing repainted from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Like I say, I only saw it quickly, but yeah, it just looked like that. It's the same head, everything. So,
was that a Digibash or was it the actual image?
I thought it was the actual image.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a custom someone made or something. I thought, wasn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure it had the cross thing with it as well. I could be completely wrong. I say I only saw it quickly, but I think it was.
I thought it was funny that someone made. Sorry, go ahead.
Crimson's here, everyone.
The dinosaur's here.
From this point on, we must only say nice things when talking about Crimson Raptors. Or has he been here the whole time?
Sucks.
Anthony's just helpfully said that it will include a recolor of Beast Wars Megs and a recolor of Hound, who I assume is going to look like the Jurassic Park automated trucks that they go around the park in. I'm in for
the
that.
Jeeps, baby.
Yeah, I'll get that Jeep for sure because I
love the Jeep Wrangler. I got 2 Matchbox for it.
One of the things I want to get next month is the really gaudy recolor of Hound Hotshot. Jen selects Hot Rot. I'm like, how have I not got that? That looks beautiful. So
the blue one?
Well, there's quite a few colors on it, isn't it? It's quite 90s.
Oh yeah.
So to have Hound and to have him and to have this Jurassic Park recolor, I think that would make a nice little
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I'm up for the Hound. I won't get the T-Rex because I don't. I just won't get the T-Rex, but I will get the Hound. Definitely.
Are you a Jurassic Park fan though?
Love Jurassic Park.
Okay.
It was. I loved it so much. I dragged my mother to see it. I think she gave up on seeing it in the end, and she just dropped me off at the cinema. But 5 times I saw that in the cinema. It was. I remember what a revolution it was to see that mixture of special effects and animatronics, and it was mostly animatronics, wasn't it?
The animatronics still trump even the new films.
Yeah, that was the pinnacle, man. It never got better after that. That was it.
Yeah, the only thing sort of dating the first Jurassic Park film, and like when they're sitting at computers, they're like 1995 computers. Yeah,
the only thing they got right about those computers is that junk food with the one homie. But moving along, we will be getting into Shattered Glass. Goldbug, what did you guys think? Come on.
Yeah,
I guess we go to Brian or
go on, Brian.
I'm trying to transform Ratchet, but the thing won't move. Oh, and Goldbug. Ah! Hasbro Pulse sucks. Get away. I want this thing so bad. Someone thought it was lazy that Hasbro did this out of the Cliff Jumper mold, and it's like I got curious why. It's because the Goldbug that they used originally was a sports car, but like if modern day has a proper Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper mold, it would make sense for them to use that because it's the evil version of that character. Then they also got upset that they used the name Goldbug when there's no Goldbug in the main release, but like that was his name in Shattered Glass. There was no maybe there was like a small port where he was Bumblebee, but he was mostly Goldbug. So
yeah. And they can't. I think a Volkswagen has said if they're going to do a bug, it has to be a good guy. It has to be Bumblebee, right? It can't be.
I guess, but I also think it's like a copyright issue.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Ugly Wretch, you stoked from Goldbug?
Not really. I've not actually read the Shattered Glass properly, so I'm not really attached to it. I mean, I kind of like the original Goldbug, even though he's never really had a decent figure. I think I got the Thrilling 30s one, and that's about it, really. And the old Throttlebot doesn't really count. But
I
really bothered. Go on.
No, I've not been getting the Shattered Glass stuff, and I kind of feel like I've missed the main ones now. You know, the Prime, the Megatron, and all that. But the one I am, I mean, some of them are starting to really look beautiful. Like the one that I definitely am going to get is Starscream. I just think that, I mean, it's basically Jetfire stroke Starscream, and it's Jetfire's colors on Starscream. It's the one I really do want. But I don't really want to go down the Shattered Glass unless they start offering things that are like, wow, that's original. Goldbug might qualify as that. I mean, but we'll see. I mean, these things are only available off Hasbro Pulse, right?
Yeah, you can get them at TF Source as well, actually. They've done some of them so far. That's the only other place I've seen it, but I'm surprised that they're on TF Source. I
wonder if, well, we got Hasbro Pulse in the UK now. I guess I'll have to set up an account.
I swear I've seen a post too where someone said they saw it, Shattered Glass, somebody like in that new packaging in a store, but maybe it was like a retail. Huh?
It was Blur.
Oh, yeah? But it was in a retail store?
All right.
Yeah, somewhere in Australia.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if I'm slept.
Damn you Australians.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, I mean, so go ahead.
He doesn't sing to me as much as that Starscream does. I got to admit. Sorry to go on about that Starscream. He's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But
no, go on about Starscream.
But yeah, Brian needs it.
Since Starscream, I am looking at each Shattered Glass with different eyes, thinking, I could work that into my collection. You know, I could roll with that. But I'll probably pass on the Goldbug, even though he looks cool. He looks cool, but probably going to pass on that.
Yeah, I think he looks amazing. The only Goldbug I have is just my G2 one, the gold one. I think it's called Goldbug, but this stuff, I guess input and stop motions review. Yeah, I know. I've never heard the Tales of Teletran podcast every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard.
I get
it. But yeah. Nice. But yeah, I mean, since knowing him and he loves Shattered Glass so much, it got me more into it. But I have the Prime, I have the Ratchet, I have all of these ones ordered from Hasbro Pulse or somewhere. So yeah, I'm in, but I probably wow.
What's next? Bumblebee. Is it? Let's do Bumblebee. Let's do the Buzzworthy Bumblebee.
Is next? Yeah.
So skipping Bumblebee.
Oh no, it's Battle Across Time.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
What do you think, Brian? Do you care about these?
The Battle Across Time, I really want them because like it's not so much for the Earth mode characters because they're pretty cool. I know some people are into those, but I love when they do the really obscure characters. That's Skywarp. I love that. The Dinobot, I freaking love that. Absolutely love it. I want to get them. If Amazon could actually put them out, I'm not even sure if they're on Amazon Canada. I haven't seen them. There's no listing that I could find. But yeah, I really want these things. Someone let me know if they're online.
Yeah, if I see them, I only see them on .com, Amazon so far.
And it also seems kind of worth getting it from Amazon US anyways, because I think the shipping is equal to...
Yeah, they'll probably fulfill it. You might pay a little more, but they might fulfill it. What do you think, Ugly Wretch, of these guys? Do they interest you? Or?
Sorry, was that me?
Oh, yeah. The side swipe and...
I'm not so interested in the Skywalk, but the side swipe, I'd be so much more interested in it if it had the spoiler. It's still missing the spoiler. I've seen an upgrade kit where it's basically two pieces that plug into the little holes on top, the square holes, and it can actually rotate to allow the knees. I've not seen it again because I would have grabbed it if I think it was before payday. But no, it needs the spoiler to look like the G1. Without the spoiler, it just doesn't look right to me, and it's just I can't. I'd just be looking at it like it's not complete. Like. TF fan page with his figures that he's waiting like years to complete. I'd just be looking at like
17 years to get a hook. Yeah,
I'd be looking at it just like waiting for that spoiler kit to come out again. I just it's like putting an anchor around my neck. I can't do it to myself. I can't. Sorry.
And what about having a G1 guy like in this, like, you know, a main G1 guy in exclusive thing? Does that upset you at all?
Oh, I hate that. Ratchet, come on.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
I prefer more
To make
obscure
sure.
characters.
Yeah,
Like, who would you go for?
I don't know. Like, just they could have done like Tiger Tracks or somebody else, but
I was going more like a Sea Spray or something. But yeah, you
Clamp
could
down.
do something.
yeah, Clamp Down. What about you, Ultra Marcus? What do you think of these fabulous bots?
Well, I didn't realize that the Beast War one was a rare figure, was a rare Beast War figure. So that it's nice that that's a means by which to get these rarer Beast Wars characters. But why aren't they available separately? Come on, you know, it's cheaper and they'd surely sell. I mean, I
think
probably
the
won't.
problem
get
is that they're not sure if the other one would sell.
Right, so they're not sure if the Sideswipe Earth would sell, is it? Or
Yeah,
was
they're
it
like,
other
no,
way?
the bird, like Skywarp, the bird. They probably don't know.
Actually,
if, like,
it could be either because I think some people. I'm hearing a lot of people who would sell their Grimlock or their Skywarp or the Sideswipe or Mirage because they want one thing, not the other.
But I like the box as well, so I don't want the box to be half empty. When I don't want to buy it and sell the Skywarp, and keep the Sideswipe, who I like because the white on him is nicer than the white on the Siege Sideswipe. But I'll probably pass on this, to be honest with you. But again, you know, as I say, the rarity of the character, I'm happy it's out there for the people that want it, but it's you know, for a 2-pack isn't going to be cheap. 2 deluxes, talking about the prices at the beginning of the show, probably going to have to take a pass on it.
This is going to make me sound like a mindless drone, but the main reason why I want the Siege 2-packs that came out, or multi-packs, because it was more than 2, but the reason why I wanted those mainly was because the boxes connect and you get that full artwork. I don't know why that always gets me.
Do you mean like what multi-packs are you talking about there? Like the Skywarp with
Skywarp
and then the G2 Sideswipe and was it Slam Dance?
I love that pack. I got that.
And the Battle Across Time one goes together amazingly now too.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Skywarp.
Oh, you got your Skywarp. Where's his little Battle Masters? I love a Battle Master.
I got the Battle Masters. Yeah. I you know what? Another reason why I wanted to get that pack was the Battle Master also goes with Spinister, and I got the same one. So now Spinister is all complete.
All right, moving on, I guess. Buzzworthy Bumblebee.
I'll go first.
Go.
I want him. I mean, as a G1, we've been waiting for this guy for 40 years almost. You know. Okay, he's got quite a lot of kibble on his legs there, and he's got hollow underarm. Which, as Crimson Raptors, remember him? He was telling me that's where he'd rather have his hollowness on the underarm, not on the inner arm. Yeah. And I see the point. Yeah, that looks adorable. That backpack looks like it comes off. So maybe with that 5mm port, you could, put it on some. Exactly. And he's got his energy conductor rods. Is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Box absolutely beautiful. I'm in on this. I'm getting this.
Yeah. I think he definitely looks Skipley in the robot mode. I mean, I kind of understand that because no part except for the curvature of maybe the feet can really blend with the alt mode, and that's kind of maybe that was the issue of releasing the original one or an original one in Siege, I should say, is because like the canopy's kind of a weird shape. I mean, it's kind of bubbly too, so I guess it could have worked. But anyways, and I guess Siege isn't exactly 1-to-1 with the cartoon. Anyways, so it's definitely Ghibli, but how the alt mode performs, it looks really good. I do have a couple of concerns though. One, the price, because I'm pretty sure it's going to release here in Toys R Us, and I've noticed that the exclusives went up in price again, which sucks. Most of them were re-releases of Studio Series, which is a shame because I'm tempted to get those because it's the ones I missed. But it looks like it's deluxe packaging, right? It looks so small in that package, and I'm not saying that it shouldn't be small, like smaller than, I don't know, Spinster, Prowl, or whoever, but it just looks like tiny.
Looks horrible in the package.
It looks smaller than Siege Cliffjumper looked in his deluxe packaging. I mean, it looks tiny. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably got some engineering tricks to it. It looks probably a little more complex than Cliffjumper does, especially with how much is going on with the legs. But it just looks so tiny. I will give it this, though. Does it have enough accessories that it makes up for it? Not so much like the Hot Rod, but I mean, look at those energy conductors. Look at the jetpack. You know, does it work enough for it?
I don't like accessories, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, those are proper props too for the figure, especially the conductors, because anyone who's been into the G1 show, that first episode is so iconic. That entry to that. So, except for having a wheeljack that is in the Cybertronian mode that you can't store this Bumblebee in, that would be cool. I mean, we've got Siege Seekers that transform into the Tetrajets. We got this now. So.
We need Wheeljack in his space van mode for sure.
Yeah. I could do without Jazz. I would like a Jazz in the Cybertronian mode, but he came in kind of later in the episode.
Yeah.
Just the first core characters would be nice.
Yeah, telephone pole, sound wave, like it meant so much. I love that part.
I love the fact that the Siege one has an actual official lamppost mode.
Yeah. No, time to dance. But what about you, Ugly Rich? What do you think about it? Buzzworthy Bumblebee.
I'm not invested in it, I'll be honest.
You're not buzzing about it? I'm buzzworthy.
He was in the show for like the first couple of minutes, and all right, he was pretty much the first figure you see, and it's all iconic and stuff, but it's like, I hated G1 Bumblebee as a character anyway, because he was the dweeb that went along with the kids, and you're like, no, go away, we want to see more of the cool robots. It's just, I'm not invested in it, I'm sorry.
You sound like a wheelie fan.
No.
Recently,
I
get it. Really, I had to stop.
I get it. I was
wishing you death in Tales from Teletran last time I was on it. So no. The thing about the risk thing, like you said, I was one of those dweebs because I think I was like 4 or 5 when I saw Bumblebee. So like I always loved Bumblebee. I don't like the Michael Bay Bumblebee, but this Bumblebee, I guess I'm in. But if I see this in the store and it's that small in package, I'm gonna hate that.
What is Buzzworthy line? I've never seen this style of packaging. Okay.
Just kind of rounds off Bumblebee themed characters. Like there's some characters that aren't really Bumblebee themed, but it's to kind of go against it, I guess.
Okay. But are they generation quality, or you know what I mean?
It's kind of a mixture of everything. So they re-released an Age of Extinction Mega One-Step Bumblebee. They re-released a lot of the Studio Series Bumblebee themed characters. Like there's the World War II Bumblebee, and then there's Car Shatter, which I missed out, so I might have to get that. They even kind of made an early release for one of the Bumblebees that's coming later in Studio Series. And then there's also the Cyberverse packs, where it's those characters with the like garbage truck or whatever that becomes the power armor. And then, of course, we got that core class Bumblebee, which is $27.99 on Toys R Us for some reason. That's ridiculous. I spit in that. But
tell them.
But then there's this Bumblebee that comes out. So it's a mixture. It's got War for Cybertron, Studio Series, Cyberverse, movie, other stuff. It's just Buzzworthy Bumblebee that's supposed to be Target exclusive.
Yeah. All right, moving on, I guess, with the Ultra Marcus. What are you thinking about the Red Alert, confirmed Walgreens exclusive?
Well, I don't know what Walgreens is.
Yeah, I was going to say, how can you...
It's further!
You don't have Walgreens either. I guess we can share that.
Yeah, stuff that. Enjoy that, Americans. Next!
But yeah, I guess because the topic of the whole show or beginning, UK and Canada, but like, yeah, you don't have a Walgreens. Where can you get this then in the UK?
Well, as I said earlier, a lot of the Netflix stuff I can get in store over here. I don't know. I mean, this Red Alert looks fine, but there again, so does the Red Alert gifted to me for my birthday by my dear friend. Hang on, I've got his name down here. Crimson Raptors. I'd feel terrible replacing that Red Alert. So do you know what? Just for you, Crimson, I'll pass on this one.
You mentioned Netflix stuff. I had to bring it up.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and congratulations on your
How'd you get that,
Sparkless.
Congratulations on what?
On your Sparkless Seeker. I saw you.
Oh
get
yeah,
that
it was
the
on
other day.
Walmart.ca.
Oh, nice.
Hotlink is an absolute hottie.
I love the Seekers out there.
Hotlink I got from like some subscriber. I don't know.
Some subscriber, I don't know. Come on, which one was it? Who loves you, baby?
What do you think?
Someone, Dolphin something.
Yeah, that darn dolphin. What you doing next? What about you, ugly
that darn dolphin.
Yeah, you do got a dolphin. Man, I got 60 of those. I got 60 of those still in my closet. I gotta get rid of them. I'm sending one to Ultra Marcus next.
Yeah.
60 what?
A blow up dolphin for your room.
Oh hell yeah! Don't worry, I'll have that. I'll have a blow up dolphin.
Yeah, but what do you think, an ugly wretch of this Red Alert? Do you care?
I'll find it.
I never picked up the Siege one. I got the Sideswipe, and I was sort of like, the same thing in slightly different colors. And then they started bringing out the deep cover and this, that, and the other. I'm like, wow, that show is just repaints everywhere, and it kind of really killed it for me. So I wouldn't mind a Red Alert, but it's just like they've used that mold so much. So much.
Well, this is the new Sideswipe mold, right, Marcus? Or
Is it different? What's different? Its chest looks a little different.
Yeah,
its
canopy.
I mean,
it's the Earth mode, isn't it, for him? So they're selling it again, or no?
The Cybertronian mode. It looks so close to the Earth mode.
I know.
I mean, I look at my track. I've got that coming in the post. I had a £25 Amazon voucher, and I used it on that.
Deep cover.
Should be
I will still defend this over the Netflix one.
Oh, okay. I've got the Netflix one. The one that's
this
mostly
one's more
blue.
accurate to the original, so that's why.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got him incoming. Should be here Tuesday. Fingers crossed. Who are we missing from that mold? Tiger Tracks.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So I wanted to clarify. There are quite a bit of difference to the outer shell. Like the doors on the side seem to be different. Of course, the chest and whatnot. I love cars. So I've got the original Masterpiece Sideswipe. I was tempted to just get another just to put him in car mode because I love the Lamborghini Countach. That's what he transforms into. So yeah, I can spot more of the differences. It's definitely missing the spoiler. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. Waspinator. Any thoughts? Who wants to go first?
I need one. I need a Waspinator. I am. Out of all my collection, I'm missing Waspinator.
Who took that picture? That is the worst picture ever to sell. It was on some desk.
Well,
what the heck?
I was going to post my photography on Instagram, but I guess if you're going to be that critical about it,
yeah. Waspinator Kingdom. Do you have any Waspinators, Ultramarcus, or?
I do not. I don't have any kingdoms. Again, I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy that they're on sale actually because it gives my wallet a rest. I don't have to buy as many Transformers in the kingdom.
You should get the Warpath. It's really good.
I've got a lot of the kingdom bots that are G1, the Warpath, the Huffer, Cyclonus. And I went with because I hadn't actually, after all this time, bought an Optimus Prime, so I got Kingdom Prime, Kingdom Magnus.
I had to do the same actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so because Prime is like, I mean, it's Prime. There's hardly any. It's a wonderful figure, but it's like, meh. I'd rather spend the money getting someone else. Look at these other unique bots that don't get much sunlight, So it took me a while to get around to the Prime, but I love it. But it's it's a Kingdom one. But no, the Beast Wars figures. Don't want to be rude, but not into Beast Wars. So, what are we talking about? Waspinator. Is he the one that sounds like Snarf from?
Yeah, that weird voice, like Waspinator. Yeah, there you go. Do you have any Waspinators, Brian, or what?
No! Stop rubbing it in my face.
What does he transform into?
I think a Bumblebee.
Volkswagen Beetle.
Volkswagen Beetle.
He transforms into a story arc that stopped and animated. He transforms into Thrust. That's a reference.
This was Thursday.
Yeah, I need it.
Starscream, yeah.
And Starscream. Or Starscream transformed into him.
Yeah. Ooh.
But
Spoilers for people who haven't seen this 30-year-old show.
oh my god, if you have not seen this 25-year-old show, I apologize. Anyways, I need it. I've got the Generations Rhinox, let me tell you this. I like the weapons and stuff. I hate the legs on it. I still want to get the Kingdom one just so that I have the Beast Wars characters in that line in the War for Cybertron trilogy. So even if I had the original Generations Waspinator, I'm on board with this.
Yeah.
I'll plan with your
Is it
Ultra Magnus, I see.
Is it going to be an exclusive, this Waspinator?
No,
or is
this
it
is
general
regular.
retail? Regular retail.
Yeah.
Which is funny because people didn't think there was going to be a fourth wave, but there's like so many listings that Shadow Panther, so a Black Cheetor,
Tigertron, right?
Tigertron for the Voyagers, Slammer, Waspinator, and there was
Pterosaur.
Pterosaur is going to be in the Golden Disc line.
Oh yeah.
But there was one other deluxe in the main line that I'm thinking of: Slammer, Waspinator, Shadow Panther. Oh, Pipes.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Do you, Ugly Rex, do you care about the Beast Wars, Waspinator, or any other ones, or?
I love Waspinator. I went on a big Instagram rant kind of thing when I first saw the picture of these. I was sharing them everywhere. I love Waspinator. I've got I had the original. I sold him years ago. Bless him. I got the reissue, which has got slightly better paint. I've got a knockoff from Sir Toys, which I had to fix, but I've got that. I've got the animated. I've got the Thrilling 30s. I love Waspinator Blessing, but this one just looks worse than the Thrilling 30s. It just doesn't look as good.
Oh,
it looks
same, but
it looks heavily based on it, but just not as good. So it's like, I mean, I'll probably, if I can get hold of it, I probably will end up doing it because I, Waspinator. But it's like, why reinvent the wheel? He just doesn't look as good. I don't see the point.
Well, if they're doing a Beast Wars centered line, I think they kind of need to do Waspinator regardless. But it's like, how can you top that Waspinator? I don't know if it's trying to top the Waspinator or if it's just releasing a modern Waspinator,
I mean, it looks heavily based on it. Like, heavily based on it.
For some reason, though, I like these colors way more. Like the purple, I'd love 1,000 times more. I just like how this. I think on the Kingdom one, its legs look too thick and weird. But I'm down for the purple eyes, the purple wings, and I don't really like those 30 figures for some reason. I never was into them. I think it was just because there was never enough. I didn't care about it. But I could say that I like the new Rhinox more too because like you said, the legs on that other one they're whack.
I'm hoping for repaints though. I would love a Buzzsaw repaint though.
Yeah, Buzzsaw would be cool. Yeah, yellow Buzzsaw, the bee. Yeah, of course. Are you kidding me? They better do that. They're gonna do that repaint. Generation Selects. Yeah. What about War for Cybertron Kingdom Road Rage? More in-hand images. How you guys feeling about this?
I'm loving it, but I'm not gonna be able to get it because stores. Yeah.
Target exclusive, so it'll be Toys R Us in Canada, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, look at that Thrust and Runabout.
Yeah, for sure. The Thrust came once at mine, and that's all. And I went 30 days every day.
That Grimlock, by the way, is one of my favorite purchases as of recent.
Yeah, I agree. He's great fun. Him and Cyclonus probably been my top few of my birthday haul.
And he comes with the amazing wheelie.
What about you, Marcus? Do you have any feeling on this guy, though?
Yeah, I do, but give us a break.
This guy, I just said this guy. That's hilarious.
Oh, is it a her?
Yeah, it's a her.
Yeah. Give us a break, Hasbro. I mean, Trax hasn't even hit my store yet, and you're throwing the recolor at me. But as I've said more than once, I think it's due on payday. It's due on July 1st. The Trax. When is this due? Do we know? Is it Gen Select? Sorry, or is it exclusive to a store?
It's going to be an exclusive, much like how Runabout, Thrust, and and that T-Rex figure is coming out. So
the runabout and thrust were almost impossible to get over here, so I'll probably just not get
Thrust was my favorite seeker of the Coneheads, and I never
saw him. I didn't to go back to Gotbot again. Isn't he rather proud of the fact that he's had? Oh no, that's Sturgeon Ramjet. He's had him on pre-order for almost a year now, and he wants it to get to a year so he can say, "I've had him on pre-order for a year." Yeah, I never saw the thrust. And he's a crazy price on eBay. And if this is the same company, the same exclusive to the same store, then I'm probably going to have no chance of getting this. So I won't get my hopes up. But I'm looking forward to the blue version.
The blue version I actually pre-ordered the other day.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll send the blue one to our friend Input and get him to work his magic.
Yeah.
M3.
M3! Where's your live stream?
Hello!
Yeah, we need your live streams back, mofo. Mofo? That's an abbreviation. I can say that.
But yeah, Ugly Right. Do you care about her at all, or?
Not really, and considering the price, I'm pretty sure I could go on eBay and get a knockoff the masterpiece of the same figure for the same kind of price. So if I wanted it, I'd just get the knockoff masterpiece. It'd probably look better, but no.
I love the War for Cybertron trilogy so much that I like when they do obscure repaints for that line. Mm-hmm. So I like the colors on it. So I'm be on board with it if it releases out here. If not, crap.
Yeah, man. I'll keep an eye out for you for some of those.
Yeah. I want it, but it's going to be very hard to get. I can see that now. So probably have to just pass.
Thank you, scalpers, for taking every bit of joy in my life.
Uh-huh.
Anyways.
Oh, Danny, you're on site. Or was it me?
Oh, sorry. No, it was me. Sorry. Yeah, I guess we start wrapping it up, hey?
Hey.
Sorry.
Tell him what you're all about, Danny.
Yeah, no. But yeah, you can check out. Thanks for joining us on this panel. I know we didn't touch a lot on the UK and Canadian differerences. We tried our best, but thank you for everyone joining us in chat.
Actually, I'm quite surprised how similar our problems are right now.
Yeah. No, I know. It's all kind of the
That's
same,
true.
right? We're all one. We should all one, right?
Yeah, let's all move to America. Let's all move to Lodi in with M3. Let's go to his neck of the woods. Sunshine and Transformers.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find all TF reviewers links down below to their Discord, to our Discord, the Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, the whole shebang.
What's Brian doing? You know it's worth waiting for, so let's just give him a moment.
Yeah, sorry, I'll wait. Yeah, it's yeah.
No, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. That was quite a quick 1 hour 52. Crikey.
Yeah. No, for sure. But yeah, everyone, you can find me, Danny Dolphin, Brian showing that. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Danny Dolphin at youtube.com, like it's spelled here, OMG Danny Dolphin on Instagram. Best places to find me. Where can they find you, TF fan page?
Behind Omega Supreme.
I figured you'd say something like that.
YouTube is cool and rad. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, in the back alley,
Lydican,
behind some Bionicles. Unfortunately, Reddit. Probably behind the door right now, right outside your window.
Right in your own backyard. How about you, Ugly Wretch? Where do the people find you?
YouTube, Instagram, same that way. There we go. I'll get it eventually. There's a Facebook page, but no one cares. So yeah, those two mainly. Nice to him.
You can find me in a cave. And you can also find me. You can also find me on Instagram, where I have a page called Ultra_Markness. I only say that because underscore, yes, Ultra Marcus. That's for photographs, and YouTube is for videos. That's how that works, kids. I do stop motion and stuff. and so does he. But yeah, check us all out. Check out the people in the chat. I think that's a thing we say, isn't it? Check out the people in the chat. They all have pages and stuff, probably. And thanks for having us on, Danny. Thanks for being a great host.
I tried my best. I know it was a little rocky. I hope Anthony will have me back. I love doing this. I love being a part of this group with all you guys. Getting to interact
Anthony,
with
you're fired.
Getting to interact with all you guys is so wonderful. So,
Danny, is there some way we can see more of you later today?
No, there isn't. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah. Tonight you can find us on Tales of Teletran on Nput's channel. That's N-put stop in reviews, or is it stop motion and reviews?
Stop motion and toy reviews.
I'm always getting confused, but yeah, find us on there, hang out with some Transformers nerds and have a good time. Also, Optimus Wilbur and Cardboard Bot, sorry, didn't join us. I'm so dyslexic. But yeah, make sure to check out their channels as well down below. They were heavily missed, and we'd love to have them back sooner than later. But yeah,
bye.
See ya. Thanks for joining us.
See you.